everyone, my name is Helene and today you get to vote for the book that you want for me to read and review in May. Today I have 5 books to show you, 4 books actually, but more like 5. I'm going to explain that to you later. I have to admit, I've been in a very weird reading mood lately. I have so many books that I want to read and I have been kind of overwhelmed with the amount of books that I had to read. That is why I have been kind of pushing off reading a little bit because I needed some time for myself, and then at the same time I tried reading only the books that I really wanted to read and enjoy that specific book while reading. That is why for this month I have chosen to go for 4 books that I know that I really want to read and that I probably am going to read in May anyway. But the book that you vote for will of course be the only book that I'm going to do a full video review of. So without further ado, let me just show you the books. The first book that you get to choose from in the month of May is Love Letters to the Dead by Ava Delira. Yeah, let's go for that. This is about a girl who writes letters to dead people, and these dead people are famous. I believe among the dead people we have Kurt Cobain and Amy Winehouse, if I'm not mistaken, and also Marilyn Monroe, so that all sounds very cool. I don't know yet why she writes these letters to the dead people. I only know that it sounds very interesting, it sounds original. I've never read a book like this before, and that is why this is definitely one of the books that I'm going to read in May. So if you want for me to do a full review of this book, then vote for Love Letters to the Dead. The second book that you get to choose from is The Miseducation of Cameron Post by Emily M. Danforth. Now, this is not a new book. This one was published in 2012, but I recently acquired it, and I did that because I've had my eyes on this book for such a long time. This is about a girl whose parents are killed, and that means she gets to be raised with her aunt. And as you can see from the title, this is going to be a miseducation of this girl called Cameron Post. So it is not going to be too good, and that's basically all I know. I think it sounds very interesting because I like reading about people living with other people. I don't know why, but that's just something that I like reading about, and I would be very happy to do a review of this book if you vote for it. The third book is The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson, the first book in the Mistborn trilogy. Now, I know that I've already started reading this book, I just couldn't wait anymore, but if you vote for this book, I am definitely going to put a review of this book on my channel. I can already tell from reading the first 70 pages that this is going to be really good. This is a fantasy trilogy, and I'm pretty sure that you have already heard about it, so I'm not going to tell you too much about the plot. But basically it deals with overcoming a dark power. That means some people live under a dark lord and they want to take him down. And that's not all to the story at all, but I really don't want to get more into it because that would just make this video way too long. If you want to read more about it, feel free to go to Goodreads and read about the plot, because the plot over there is described very well. But this is the third book you get to choose from. I am really stoked about this book. I have been wanting to read it for such a long time, so I'm so happy that I have finally decided to grab it. The final book you get to choose from is the book that may turn into 2 books. I don't know yet. But the first book is Eon by Alison Goodman. This is the first book in a duology called Eon, I believe. I really like the idea of reviewing the entire duology. That means also reading Iona by Alison Goodman. If most of you vote for this book, then I might read it and then also this book and then do a full review of the duology. Because I want to finish this series and tell you all about my thoughts on it. But because of my weird reading mood lately, I don't know if I will be able to get through both books during the month of May. Because the first one is pretty decent, but the second one is pretty huge. So I don't know, but you can still vote for Eon, and if I end up only reading that one, then I will just do a review of that one, of course. Basically, this is another fantasy series about a girl who wants to be a warrior, and she cannot be a warrior since she is a girl. She has to be a boy in order to be able to fight. So she decides to disguise herself as a guy and start fighting. And that's basically all I know about this book, but I really love the fact that a lot of people have been praising it. They keep saying that this is amazing, this is really interesting, and it has a fantastic plot. So that is why I'm very intrigued to get into this series. These are the 4/5 books that you get to choose from in May. Please let me know in the comments which book you vote for, and then you will have until April the 2nd, because I really want to get started on one of these books. So April the 2nd, I will finish this vote and I will do a review as quickly as possible. And that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. I am very eager to see which book you're going to vote for, because this is all very exciting to me. Happy reading to everyone as usual. I hope you are enjoying the lovely weather outside and the beautiful spring. Bye bye everyone!